What is up, guys? Welcome to another Super Sentai Legend Wars big tutorial. Another year, more new stuff gets added, and obviously we always run through the other things to new players or newcomers that are coming to Power Super Sentai Legend Wars. My bad. Alrighty. So as you can see, this is our taskbar. This is where everything is. The magic, your data, your hero power, which gives you your power, your health, and all that in the matches. Your energy up here, the V bubbles you need to spend to increase your card's attack. Well, their levels. Victory coins, which will show you where you spend those. And V gems, and we'll show you where you spend those as well. This screen is you set this up through your My Data so you can choose Rangers. We'll show you that too, just so you can get a glimpse of it and set up how you like it. So, believe it or not, let's start there. So let's go to My Data. I have like 99 friend requests. So pretty much this is how you set up your team. You're going to hit that bar first, the way I hit it, the first tab. And you just click on a card. You can change the card by clicking a team, click a ranger, and that ranger will appear in the middle. I'm not going to change that. I'm going to leave it be. So you go over here. I guess having friends increases your hero power. I never understood the friend mechanic in this game. All I know is I guess if you accept a request, that's always good, right? So obviously these are my friends. These are friend requests. There's 99 of them. I don't even keep track. It's not like the best players in the chat, but hey, everyone's learning. Am I right? Yeah, so you pretty much that's the hero power, and then you can check the rankings of hero powers. Someone's already at 91,000. And that's how you know they have all the cards. All the cards. All right. Anyways, let's get back to it. Back to this tutorial. Sorry about that. Just getting off topic. So yeah, that's where you set up your nice home screen of your favorite Rangers. And now we're going to go through each tab one by one. Explain it, what does it do, and pretty much you'll start to understand the game more. I'm also going to teach you the attacks and abilities that you have to look out for. Look for these kanji symbols. They're very important for your gameplay and to understanding how you're going to beat a stage in certain ways. These will help you in the long run. Trust me, I'm not steering you wrong when it comes to this game. I'm always trying to steer you in the right place. All right. So first tab we're clicking is My. So we're going to hit My, and this is how you create My Team, where you can put any Rangers you want on one team. So you would click the first tab, and the first tab is pretty much setting up 10 Ranger cards. So you can have 10 Rangers on a team. Choose your 10 favorite cards if you want to. I mean, you can only use it for a 10 event, which we'll show you that allows 10 Rangers or just 10 Rangers in general. So you would click on a card, and then just like the data screen, you would pick a card, and that card gets saved here. And to set the leader of all your cards, you would click this first tab right here, and you would click a leader. So Mito Ninja would be the leader since I clicked on her, and she has that purple symbol, kanji symbol on her, showing that she'll be the leader of the team, so she'll appear in the middle of the circle. The second tab is just to remove the card, but you can already remove the card by just touching it. So there's that. So if you want to edit your logo, click the second tab here, type your name, anything, how big you want it. You want it small, you want it big, yada yada. Then you can edit the kanji symbols with colors and all that stuff, all that colors. There's a Christmas one, but I'm going to leave in the flames. You can make it red, more red, like Gal Rangers, all that. Background, keep it black. Add some blue, add that like texture to make it look like professional, old school. If you want to. Oh, if you don't want the extra color shading, you don't have to, but I like the extra shading. So we're done with that. So that's how you make a My Team, and we'll show you how you put them on your team later on. Next, we're going to be showing you, this tab's just a brief one. I'm not going to really go too much into it because I don't ever click on it ever in my life. It's because it's just like, think of it like a history tab, you know? It's a history tab, but it maintains some of the more recent events. It was a weird tab because this used to be the question mark way back in the day, like, what's that tab going to be? But then they like changed the entire home screen in general. So that one, that was just like, oh, we're clicking on it. This is just a history tab. I'm just going to show you the history so you understand. It's like, oh, what's a history? It's just a history of events. You put your teams in. They keep track of that. If an event's still going on or the event returns in a new fashion, you can just go to it by clicking the side tab here, and that would take you to the event that's being active. So it shows the teams that I have in these events. The Abyss Challenge, I have these teams there. So if I want to go to the Abyss Challenge, I would click that, and they would take me there like a shortcut. This challenge is going on still. This challenge is done. A lot of these challenges are done, so don't even worry about them. Just focus on the ones that you see in the events when we get to that part of the video. Alright, this next part is crucial, so pay attention. We're going to be describing the cards and the dias. The dias being the Rangers' power-ups, and the cards being the Rangers' attacks. And we're going to teach you the importance of this right now, because this will help you in the long run, and this will help you better understand the cards. And I gotta say is, the number one thing, always look out for multi-hitters. Those are the god cards in this game. You want multi-hitters to clean up stages as fast as possible. This is a time game. You have to get the fastest time most of the time, and that's what you want to do. So I'm going to take Shinkenjers as my team example because they have almost exactly every ability that you can ask for that can help you decipher a lot of things. So there's a lot of debuffs and buffs in this game. Double damage, crits, misses where your opponent actually misses you, so they can pretty much you get a dodge tech on your opponent's villain team where your villains can't hit you. Debuffs, buffs, stuns, and all that stuff. Stun is stunning the boss's super meter so it doesn't grow faster and all that stuff. So we're going to go over this card first, and we're going to show you what kanji symbol to look out for. So this is Shinken Red. What you see I'm pointing at here is a super skill. And super skills are animations from the Super Sentai shows. Shows the animation of the attack and all that goodness. And what this does, it does 1.5 damage to this card's attack. So how much the card this, depending on how much card this has an attack. So 36 times 1.5, pretty much all of that. And it provides 2 turns. And keep this in mind, 100. 200 is usually going to be the max for most. Some of them go up to 300. But 200 means like 2 turns. You have to hit 100 on the opponent for them to have the debuff. And this card gives you burn damage. This legit will burn the opponent. When they attack, they get burned after they're done attacking. It's weird. I know. So let me go to another card. This is Super Shinken Red. Way different ability. This card does burn damage and also gives your team 200 double damage for 2 turns. I like to call it double damage because I feel like my units are doing more damage than they actually are from their usual account. So this right here, this attack symbol, the one I'm pointing at, you see that kanji that I'm pointing at that's glowing? Well, it's not glowing, but I'm clicking on it. That's what you got to look for. That'll mean your team gets an extra 200, I call it double damage for 2 turns. And what you want to look out for as well on these cards are these points. This 1 and 6, you see this? This is what you want to look out for. Because A, this is a single hit. You see this kanji symbol I'm pointing at that's blinking? That's a single hitter. The kanji symbol I'm pointing at here, this means it's a multi-hit. It'll hit multiple enemies and build your meter faster, which we'll discuss when we enter a battle. So this is a meter right here. This gives you pretty much extra V gauge, which we'll discuss. And that's pretty much what you have to understand about these kanji symbols I'm showing you. Understand this, write this down. If you see this symbol, it means it's a multi-hitter, which means it's a great card. Just like seeing it right here, just know it's a multi-hitter and it's a great card. And that gives you double attack. So now let's go to Shinken Blue. So what he does is, he gives a weakness to the enemy opponent. He gets 250. He doesn't give that extra 50. God, I don't know why. He could have just done 300. And this gives a debuff to the enemies, making them weak so they won't damage you too hard. And that lasts for 2 turns. So that means you won't lose too much HP on your HP bar. And the opponents are weak for 2 turns, which is good, which is what you want. And look at that. It's another multi-hitter. Shinken Pink is one of my favorites. So godly. I fell in love with this card ever since I found out she had the miss ability. This is an important kanji symbol I want you to focus for miss units. Units with this will help you in the long run, especially for newcomers. This will help you get past even harder stages by making you last longer. And the more the opponent misses you, the better. And the more misses you apply, the more you'll last in the match. And that's what you want. So this unit is not that important. Just knowing this kanji symbol is important because you want to find these types of units. These will help you in the long run as well. Next, Shinken Green. He gives 300 speed, and speed is this purple thing right here. You see that purple thing I'm clicking on? It's popping up. It's not really popping, but it's, I'm trying to show you that speed. Your card has HP, attack, defense, and speed. So he gives 300 speed. It makes the unit attack faster. That's what you want to focus on. You want your unit to attack fast. Sure, this will help increase it so they go first before the enemy has a chance to hit you, and you start killing them a little faster. So that's what Shinken Green does. I'm just showing you, not because of these cards, but the kanji symbols I want you to focus on so you understand what unit you get. So what this unit does is, it does 1.2 with a different team, but it does 1.4. But if you have 4 units, it does 2.0 damage. But it has to be from his series. If it's from his series, he'll do the 2.0. If it's not from his series, he'll just do the 1.2. It's weird, I know. It's weird. But I think they nullified that you have to control 3 Ranger effect, because I've been using this more often than having 3 Rangers out. They changed some things around where you had to have like 50 now Rangers, I think, now and then. This was a change of it. So yeah, he just, say your Ranger is taking damage, they're about to die, you use this guy, he heals your Rangers up by 50% HP. And we showed you what HP looks like, and yes, he is a multi-hitter as well. Why? Because of the kanji symbol, guys. Focus on the kanji symbol. Now, Shinken Yellow, she's a single hitter, sadly. Single hitter super skill. But she's a multi-hitter as a unit, which is great. It just sucks that she's a single hitter on her super skill. So it's hard to even build more meter when you're only hitting one opponent. But what this skill does is she minuses 1 on all your cards. So now we're going to talk about your Spirit Gauge, which is what you pay to play these cards, and these numbers like 6, 8, and all that. And that's how you're going to play these cards on the battlefield. So she does is -1, which is great effect. I like it. It really helps. Sometimes. Then we go to Princess Kyoru in super mode. She has the same effect as that Shinken Gold I showed you, but this one gives you 300 defense. No, this breaks 300 defense. So this actually gives your enemy opponent a debuff, and we're going to show you another card that gives debuffs as well, but those will be in the Dia section. This will give debuffs to the opponent for 3 turns, which is good. You want them to get weaker so you can beat them up. So this decreases their defenses so you have more chances to do damage. Yes, she is a multi-hitter on both accounts, which makes her an S-tier card. Now, this card is very, very special. This is a victory card. The hardest cards to sometimes get in the game, but not that hard when you pull the victory gacha 20 times. We're going to show you that in a minute. So what this card is, this card has a super skill. It has 2. 1 for plane when you're on the field, and 1 for Megazords, where you fight a giant monster, but when you use this effect, the Megazord ability is most likely going to go through. And what this card has is, as you see, this card has 2 attacks per 1 attack, I guess 1 attack circle, if you want to call it. So he would attack twice in one when it's his turn. So he has one where he attacks singly, and then he attacks multiply. And then he has one that attacks multiple, and then multiple again. But it does 0.5. So pretty much he attacks 2 times, and he can pretty much attack all the enemies twice, or he can attack the enemies once and then twice. And by twice, I mean hitting once is he hits only one enemy. When I say twice, that means he's hitting all the enemies twice, which is good. And that helps you really build the meter. And to use these V skills, you have to build up 3 super skill meters in order to use the victory super skill. And we'll show you how to use super skills as well in this video. They don't have any special effects besides your V-Gauge. Some extra special effect goes with your V-Gauge or something for 60 seconds. Pretty much techniques cards, I guess, would do damage. See, I never really got into the victory card super skills. I just like using them because they got cool animations. There's more to the effects, but right now, don't worry about it too much. If you want more information, I can always find out more for you guys on that. But victory cards are really strong. They're the powerful, most S-tier cards in the game. Some better than others, but Hyper Shinken Red is very much wanted, in my opinion. All right. And we got Hyper Shinken Gold, just to show you his effect. So what he does is, and now these are interesting kanji symbols, this one and this one. This one heals your units of debuffs. When your opponent's enemy debuffs you, causing you to have misses, attack halfers, where they cut your attack in half, weakness, they can apply weakness to you. This helps in a lot of ways. It heals your units, and not only that, he also gives them a buffer. A buffer is when the enemy unit can't freaking debuff you. I know, it's weird. So, yeah, pretty much you have that buffer, and your opponent can't, and your enemy can't apply miss, or any of those weakness types effects you apply to them. So that's a very useful ability in some cases, and some Dias actually have that. Now, understanding now that you got pretty much the gist of most of those kanji symbols, I just want you to understand when you're looking at a super skill, it's very important. I could be wrong about one of those 300 defenses. I'm not sure. It could be you gain 300 defense, or you actually damaging the opponent for 300 defense. They lose like 300, and they get weaker. You're breaking their defenses with Princess Kyoru. So, next. I know this tutorial might be pretty long, but it's just to help you guys. Alright, so the next tab right here is your Dias. So let's go take a look at these Dias. Dias are cards that give a special effect to certain characters. This one gives a special effect to my team and Mystic Force, aka Maji Rangers, to most of the people. It gives them a little extra speed buff. This kanji symbol right here, focus on this little backwards E and the kanji symbol next to it. This represents speed. Let me see if I can find another one. This represents HP. As you can see, look for this E, see what it's powering up. And this gives Geki Rangers, look for the symbols right here, and see what it's giving like a little bit of HP to. It's not like a huge difference, but it's just nice to have these Dias just to increase them by just a tiny amount. As you can see here, this one's attack, and this one's defense. As you see, like I said, follow this backwards E. This will tell you everything you really need to know and what it's doing. There's some golden Dias that actually give you 5 energy, and it actually really helps. I can't show you that. It's probably far. I mean, I can only think of the one. I'll show you an example of what I mean by 5 energy. You can increase your energy bar. That's why my energy bar is at legit 140, because I collected these throughout, my years of playing this game. So I'm trying to show you guys what a possible card would look like, and I only know of Maji Ranger right now. I know there's others, but Maji Ranger is like the only thing coming to my mind when I did that. Okay, let me see. That's not it. All right, where's the plant? All right, you see this? This will say 5 plus 5 energy to your energy gauge. The energy being the amount of times you can play the game, so on and so forth. There are refills as well. All right, next thing, purple Dias. What are purple Dias? How they work is you have to have 3 of the same element. These are your elements. These are your lines, natures, and all that. There are teams with these elements, try to combine them, get special effects like gain crit, 150 crit, which is just like when you summon your Rangers, this will activate, giving them a 1 crit attack, pretty much, because it's 150, so they'll get 1 crit attack. And there's one for extraterrestrial, so extraterrestrial, nature, science, technique, and mystery. The natures of this game. And some say, you see that little E? I told you how I focus on this E, what it affects. This affects attack, and all your legend cards get -1. As you can see, that -1, it's minusing 1 to your legends, and that's pretty much all you need to know about the purple Dias. You want 3 of the same kind, you get -1 to your legends, so you have a bunch of legendaries on your team, you want to get -1 out of them. Don't worry, purple's not the only thing that can do that, but that's if you're having multiple attributes of that kind. Now to the confusing part. This actually has been changed time and time again. It actually got changed this year, believe it or not, where we used to only have 3 Dias. Now we have 5 Dias, but 1 Dia per team. And these are the red Dias. And every red Dia can average out to something here and there, and they have been updating it here and there. And what I mean by like update here and there is like some of these reds have final Hisatsus that you see in the show. Like this example where they use ROB. They pretty much yeah, they do their final attack, the Deca Rangers. But this is a my team. This is when your my teams can do these Dias, so you can grab a bunch of villains and they can perform the Super Sentai Final Hisatsu as a joke. But it's kind of funny to see them do it. It's cool and weird. And we have villain teams as well. There are villains coming to the game, so if you have a villain you're looking forward to, they're probably here or not. So now I'm going to teach you again the kanji symbols one more time, because like I said, these Dias will have that ability. So as you see something like this says this will give villains 200 defense. So double defense for a little bit, for 2 turns, and once they attack twice, it vanishes. So like I said, focus on those kanji symbols. Now when you see a Dia with 2 of these, that means if you run these units with this shield icon and the Q Rangers, this card will affect both of them. So it's like a 2-for-1 deal. And when you summon those units, they'll gain double damage. Good and awesome at the same time. So something to look at. This unit gives 300 speed, like I'm trying to show you. You see, even super skills can relate to red Dias. Like I said, red Dias kind of do the skill for you. And they only activate on the Rangers when you on summon step. And we'll show you that too. So that was speed. This is breaking defenses right here. So this kanji symbol, I guess, look for this. When your units attack, they break the defense of the opponent by 50. So when they attack twice, they lost 100. So they hit that 100. The defenses are lowered. So you do more damage to them. So that helps. Let's see here. All right. This kanji symbol is important. This gives crits. As you can see, look for this nice U. This UU over UU of a kanji symbol. And this will give crits. And not only that, -1 to your Space Defender Force. I call them the Space Sheriffs. Why not? Where you have Ninja Master, Jiraiya, and all those good-looking people. All right, so you got that, and you have crits. Like I said, I wanted to show you some more of the symbols so you get a better understanding. Right here, give your units 200 defense. So look for the P. P means positive. How about that? P means positive, so this will give your units 200 defense. Whereas what we showed you was this right here, 50. This 50 right here, that means you're debuffing. So this thing, this symbol I'm pointing at, this is negative on the villains. So the villains will take -50 defensive points to a point where their defense is cut down, which is good. That's what you want to do sometimes. I don't even use it. I always use like the buff cards that give me crits and all that. So like I said, how do you know if it has a final Hisatsu? Well, we'll show you that too. See, this card works for the Ryu Soldiers and the Core Users. So it's a dinosaur card. Cool. So let me show you what a final Hisatsu card would probably look like. You want to look for this star symbol. This star symbol right here, you see this, what I'm pointing at? You see that blinking circle? This will tell you if it's a final Hisatsu, and that works when you activate the V-Gauge. When it's fully red, you press the button, they pose, and then they'll try to do a final attack. And they started pushing that more into the victory cards, which is kind of sad because I wanted to see more of these red Dia final Hisatsus without the extra work and the extra pulls, without them taking so much money. So something like that will tell you have a final Hisatsu. Like I said, speed, and this is Pato Ranger's card. Now we're in Lupin Ranger cards, double damage, and so far and so forth. That's why I'm trying to get you guys and look, the negative sign, so that means you're cutting your opponent's card in half. Their attack in half so they don't do too much damage. So that's why I wanted to show you guys the kanji symbols to get a better understanding. And when you're watching more through the video, like, oh, there it is. That's what he was trying to say. So if I go back to that Keiru card, I can translate it myself to see what kanji symbol was being shown. And that's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to use your brains and see that. Again, a debuffer. Focus on this symbol right here. You see this? This is the symbol I want you. This is what Shinken Gold will show you. These 2 kanji symbols. This is a debuffer. So you can apply debuffs to your Lupin Rangers when they enter the field so they don't get hit by any status effects like burn, stun, and all that other stuff. So that's pretty much like all the Dias actually. What you just need to know. All of them are the same. You just got to unlock the ones whenever an event's out or when they return so you can unlock those certain cards. Like I said, speed and -1 legend. A lot of these are getting -1 legends, which is great. Less costly, more effective you can be on the battlefield. Yeah, I'm trying to make this tutorial nice for you guys. I'm trying to go through everything, try to make you guys understand when you see that kind of know if you're in a good spot with the card, understand where you're at with the card, so you know if you want to run it or not. That's on you. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of single multi-hitters. There's sometimes multi-hitters. There's sometimes multi-hitters that have super skills, but they're single hitters as well, which is sad. But at least they had a multi-hit super skill. I'll take it. As long as the super skill is a multi-hit or their attack is a multi-hit, I'll take it as that's a good A. S is when they have both. Always remember that. If it has 2 multis, it's a godlike card, in my opinion. That's what you need. All right, next, we're going to head over here really quick. I believe this is the shop. Yep, this is the shop. This is where you shop for V-Gems. If you want to buy V-Gems to go pull on the gachas, lose your money, all that, get robbed, blah, blah. These are your Alliance War trophies cards where you get trophies when you play in the Alliance Wars. Gain trophies, gain enough. You can buy one of these legend cards or these hero cards. You want to try to buy the legend cards when you can. Especially Kaku, Ninja Black over here. He's looking great. Back in the day, I legit went for that Sheik Gold. Right here is when you unlock stuff through hero power. See, I have to reach 50,000 hero power just to unlock that. But I already have that card because you played Chapter 4 to unlock it. And I already have that card because I actually played the event. I had Lunar Q Red, so that was done. So there's that. And the final thing is, this is pretty much the Great Alliance War. The Great Super Sentai War, which comes around every so often. This is where you pull for cards like these. These red Dias are very special. This actually gets -1 to your legends and your victories, because victory cards are expensive to play, but they're strong as hell. For real. It's very important. And they release these every so often. This right here, you'll see this in L format too. This is a V formatted one. This is a pound, like a free level up on a card, because I'm going to teach you what that's about right after this, what a pound leveling up is and how you get your cards to 10 and all that other stuff. But this card is very important. This is very awesome and rare and legendary, and this is the stuff you want to max out your victory cards. That's how I did my Shinken Red. I couldn't keep pulling. This right here, this is a victory token. This token -1 on your victory card. Sometimes they hit a limit. I don't know if they're fixing that here and there, but sometimes I hit a limit where it's like, oh, they won't let me do it again, which is awkward. But you use this to -1 on your victory card, so they cost less. So a 9 would go to an 8, so on and so forth, the more you use it. This one's used for your legend cards, just to show you an example. This would -1 on your legends. And I've actually used this a lot more than I should have. I've actually made my Shinkengers look really godly because of that. And these are legend coins, and you'll see that gacha in a sec. Because we're heading to gacha system now. We're going to head to the gacha system, show you the gacha, and pretty much what that's about. And they actually did make improvements to that, which is good. Improvements were, needed. Because back in the day, now every legend was, guaranteed. And then they started making, guaranteed legends. I remember back in the day, I was like, oh, man, I want that, I want this, these rates. And sometimes you never got it, and it hurt. And it was like, oh, sad face. So pretty much this is the event that's going on. As you can see, we did a video tutorial on this. The PvP AIs. So I won't really go into that since there is a separate video for that for this year. And this is just a tour to show you guys these cards. So pretty much, yeah, you see there's a 3/5 on Toku Ichigo. Pretty much because I pulled him 3 times. Or I gave him a pound. But really, I actually pulled him 3 times. So he levels up. So he can go up to level 8. So you see that 3 next to that 5? That means he starts at 5. And now that you pulled him 3 more times, he can go to level 8. The max is 10. But now we're going to get into a new mechanic, which is why I had to do this video. It's called Super Awaken. And what is Super Awaken? Super Awaken, you see that symbol popping up at the top left of the card from your screen? I guess this would be my right. That's a Super Awaken ability. Card can be Super Awakened to level 15. So you can pull it 10 more times and get to level 15. And that makes the card very, very strong. And you got your rares, your heroes, and your legends. Obviously, legends being the strongest. Now there's a certain gacha I want you guys to keep in mind. These are called legend tops. These are very dangerous gachas, but you pull at your own risk. They're not always going to be guaranteed legendaries in these. And if you're lucky as hell to pull some of these high cards. They usually put the final form Red Rangers in these gachas most of the time. That's where I've actually gotten them battle. No, this is where I got, what do you call it? Pato Ichigo, Super Pato Ichigo. Yeah, that's where I got him, actually, in this gacha. So the pulling was there, and there's like 2 cards, so they make sure you don't get the card you want. So that's where the gamble comes in. If you don't want both cards, then you don't want both cards, and you pull the card you didn't want, you're going to feel really sad. But this gacha is tricky. It is a tricky rate. You have to pull it like 5 times just to get a guaranteed of one of these 2. And that's always going to be crazy. And the 2 being Kiba Ranger and Super Pato Ichigo. So when a new event drops, you always have these gachas right here, the new 2 cards that are going to give you more boxes, so you can cash out more on the event. It goes from 300, 500, then 500 says a guaranteed legend. One of the 2 new legends, which is great. They never had that. I'm glad they have it now, because that was ridiculous back in the day. So let's get to this tab right here, the one that's lighting up. So here's where you use your legend coins, and this gives you a guaranteed legend card. You can even pull 3. It happens. You can pull 3 legends from this, and you'll feel like $100. This is your disc gacha. So when you get these types of coins right here, you see these coins that I'm lighting up. You'll pretty much pull on this gacha to grind the PvP event, which we showed you, so on and so forth. These are your volume gachas, and these are like free to pull on because you get like bronze coins every day. So you can pull on this gacha to pull Koryu Red or Shinken Red. You can pull on this gacha to pull Live Eagle and Gao Red. I know it's not Live Eagle. I don't know. I'm getting into this video so much. I'm trying to get through it all so you guys get it. And you can put Blue 5 and Ginga Yellow in the 3rd volume. The 3rd volume was actually one of the more recent ones right now, but having 2 super skills was really nice. So you can browse that if you want. Legend coins gacha is very unique. It is very rare to some. These are hard to get because once you have a level 10 unit, you'll actually start getting 100 coins of these legend coins. And you need about 100 just to pull on this. So this has a lot of cards that you don't even see in normal gachas. These are very exclusive to the coins. But you'll see cards better than this, especially this card. There's a way better card than this one now. This card is like completely trash. It was a single hitter forever, so it's trash. There were some multi-hitters and all that. Power Custom Red you'll get. For real, it's really cool. It's really cool. Melee and Rio were really new. Uchi Red was new. Shinken Blue. Super Shinken Blue is only in here right now. He'll be coming, I guess, soon at gachas. We'll see. And then they just added Mask Red Mask. He's the very most recent one. And, let me show you this one. So what this does is this increases your V gauge by an extra 25%. So after you use it, you even gain more meters. So you get to do another super skill if you have one. Those are very strong cards as well. There's also the Hero Coin Gacha. It's like, not really going to give you much if you just want to collect the cards. The Rare Coin Gacha, it's like yada yada. That's like nothing. So we're done with that. So that's where you go to pull your cards. You pay the V-Gems. You pull. And good luck to you on those. Because those are very time consuming. Well, not time consuming. It's just like you're gambling and it's going to be a pain in the ass. Trust me. I've experienced it time and time again. Not a happy camper. Not a happy camper at all. But it's good you guys know this stuff, you know? So what I'm going to show you next is... your daily missions, what you do pretty much when playing the game. Just know a couple of things. Some of them are legit limited to, just spend your energy. Some are limited to just leveling up 1 card a day. Other things is just spending or just playing the game for 40 energy. Some are completing missions 1 through 5, which is just do a stage, yada yada. Do a medium stage or something for 4, or just do a stage in general, I guess. I don't know that one. That one's a little weird. It just says do something normal, I guess. This one I think is just level up a unit once or spend V-Gems. It's weird. Whenever I do these daily missions, somehow I get them all done. These are special ones you get done when you're playing the game. This one's very special because this gives you the Koryuger Final Hisatsu. And that is awesome. Yeah. And your hero power gets you some V gems, which is godly. That's what you want. And so on and so forth. And every time you get a unit to level 10, you get yourself 10 V gems. Kind of a ripoff. But, anyways. So those are where you get your dailies done for Super Sentai Legend Wars. The tab next to it is just a news tab, so we're not even going to bother clicking on it. So the tab I just clicked on next to it is a news tab. No. Actually, that's not the news tab. Scratch that. That's your box that you need to get to. Give me a sec. So the box is where most stuff will start coming in. This is your box. This is where you get all your stuff. See, I'm going to hit I hit the button with the minus sign, and that gives me all my items that I got, so I don't have to click it one at a time. I appreciate the speed. What did I get? Oh, I got Resoul Red, right. And that was from the bingo card, and the bingo card can range from... Okay, these are V boosters. Let me go over this before we go over the bingo card. These are V boosters. You're going to need these V booster coins because you want to level up your cards. You got to gather as much Sentai coins as you can, or V booster coins as you can, or just like booster coins, which will show you how to level up your card and all that. These are very important if you're going on a grind in the Abyss, which we'll show you too. These are your Super Legend Awakens. These get Super Awaken your cards, like the ones we just showed you. Remember we talked about that level 15? You need these to actually activate it, and then you're going to start pulling more of the card later. Like I said, these are energy refills. These are my coins. That's where you'll see my dojos. We'll show you dojo. These are past events. Like this game actually maintains all your past events with certain things. Yada yada. Keeps track of everything. Look, first anniversary. All that stuff. Bingo cards, just don't fret about it. Just follow the rules that I'm going to tell you to beat it out. Some bingo cards tell you just to do a specific stage. Some bingo cards just say log in for 7 days. Some bingo cards say play the Megazord match, the Megazord battle once. The bingo card, I know you guys ask a lot about, but it's very simple and straightforward. Some cards say, Super Awaken a card, and we'll teach you what a Super Awakening is. So if I can show you an example of this, and hopefully they let me double click it or something. There you go. Oh no, okay. So example, I'll log in for a day. Something like that. So when you see this kind of symbol just means a login. That's how I look at it. Log in for a day. Log in for 3 days. Log in for 5 days. Log in for 7 days. This one is just, I guess, 1,000. Just gain 1,000 something. Or have 1,000 or more of something. I don't know. That one I'm confused on. This one, like I said, you just want to do mostly where these take you. Just go do the missions. Like this one, I tell you, this one just says do chapter 2, stage 14 on easy mode. Something like that. But they'll have tabs and everything to guide you through it. If you click on the blue tab and it has a blue tab, just know what the screen it takes you to and what it's really kind of trying to tell you. Is it telling you to do a stage? Is it telling you to level up a card? You'll know depending on the screen it takes you to, because that's usually it. It's telling you to play an event and wants you to click on that event and go do it just once. That's always usually the case. So I can't really help beginners that much with the bingo card because I've done everything in the game. I can't tell if it's if I did all these stages, that's why I do it, or I have over 1,000 hero power. Something like that. All right, let's get to the main event here. Where everything lies. You click that V in the middle, and this is where the magic happens. So this middle tab is events. This is story. So enough to grind some V gems. These are events. And this is your Abyss, your Megazords, and your dojos to grind out awakenings. And we'll tell you what awakenings are when we make our teams and how you awaken a card. So this event is the 100-man one. This is, as you can see here in the middle with all the minions, this is the 100-man challenge. Kill 100 villains, stack up, grind out coins to buy stuff in the shop. This was a special Anniversary 2 stage. Well, no, this is actually a Halloween stage. This is a Halloween Anniversary exclusive one. You grind it to clean out the store, which will show you what the store's about in this one right here. So let's click on this real quick, the victory thing. This is where you go to the victory gacha. This is where you see these red coins. This is where you're going to pull. You click on the first tab where it says victory. And bada bing, bada boom, you decide on which gacha you want to pull on. There's like 5 volumes, more to come, obviously, because they're trying to do all the teams in victory poses. So they did a lot of old to new ones. I mean, seeing Go Rangers, they've actually been taking some nice and old and new. They just added this one. This was very recent, with the Go V being the most oldest for this gacha, and Ghost Rangers, 2 Q Rangers, and all in one setting. So pull those at your own risk. Use your victory coins, obviously, to pull, because once you hit 20, you get a guaranteed one, which is great for you in your game. So that's your victory thing. And believe it or not, when you pull box cards, you can do some of it. You'll be given a mission. Just go look at it in the victory thing, in the victory tab underneath where we clicked. Let me show you, because that is rude. I should show you. It's this tab. You click that to see the mission. And it always relates to the event. It'll say, oh, get 4,000 coins of this. And by coins, I mean get 4,000 of whatever they're offering in the event. Or get 6,000 of whatever they're offering in the event. So on and so forth. Alliance Wars, it's usually get to level 15. Get 100 coins. So this is a 100-man battle. Pretty much you go through stages. There are 4 stages. Yeah, 4 stages. 4 being the ultimate difficulty. That's where you're going to have some really good max level 10 cards and really strong units. So this tab right here, let's click on it. This is, I believe, your shop tab. Yes, it is. So this is the shop where you go buy things, all that. You buy red Dias, wherever they have that's new today. These are Super Awaken scrolls. You want to always try to Super Awaken your favorite units, or units you feel like that are really strong, because those will help you in the long run, and they get even stronger later on when you get them to 10 or 15. Maji Pink Legend Mode is definitely one of those examples. These are good. These help increase your chance rate. I'm actually pulling off the multi-attacks, which I'll show you what these are actually going to be used for. And they're offering a free vanilla black. Ryuso black. And he's completely trash. Yay. So just try to pull all the good stuff, and then you can just get one version of that card and call it quits. I'm pretty sure they're going to add Mera Soul of him like later down the road. I mean, that episode legit just aired. So let's form a team. I'm going to probably skip through the super scale animations, by the way. So to form a team, or to take off a team, this tab takes off the team right here. You see the one gliding? This would take away the team. But if you have one free space, obviously you can click it and remove the team manually through there. So we're going to click that plus button. Say you want to add a team. You just click it. That's it. Your My Team's up here. So the team you made by yourself. Put all your good units on one team. So you made the My Team. You would click there. So on and so forth. But we're not going to do that. I have my units prepped. I have my units saved. Bada bing, bada boom. Everything is set. So now we're going to hit the OK button right next to the red. That takes you to the red Dia page. So this is where you click your units on what Dia you want them to have. Sadly, they kind of nerfed it. It's hard to see what these cards are saying, because even when I try to highlight it, it's very tiny wording, but that's why I tell you to look these over beforehand. I can see it clearly. I'm going to use the one that gives the crits to Maji Rangers. Double my damage on my Geki Rangers. Give my Shinkendra's double damage as well. Plus -1 on Legends. And this gives my villains -1, but 200. But I'm not using that many villains, because my deck idea consists of 20 cards, 3 teams of 6, and so on and so forth. And here's my villain squad. Obviously, I keep it evil rangery as much as possible. Don't use much of the monsters. I always keep it villain heavy. Here's my Geki Rangers. So you would just click on a card. Bada bing, bada boom. That card's in your squad. So that's how you would select your team out. All right. Next is we're going to get this stage started. So we have all this. I'm going to skip through a lot of the super skills. But before we do that, I'm going to click on Maji Pink real quick. So this is pretty much a Super Awaken Maji Pink. This third tab right here that I just clicked on is your Awakening. So the dojos I showed you but didn't click on them, because I told you those are your dojos. You're going to need dojo scrolls, which you get by playing the game. You get like 4 a day, which is good. But you're going to need strong units to grind out the good ones. You have to get these for your legend ones. These ones in the middle, these are very important. And look, if you click on it, it says go play this stage. This one says go play this stage to get more of that legendary scroll. So that's good. So that they made a tab for you to go to it. It's a nice shortcut. I like it. So that'll help you guys in the long run. So what those V things are for, they're mostly for this. Those V things I showed you, those V stars. You do it to increase the chances of the attack working. That actually increases it by 8%. This will increases the chances right here, up the chance of actually performing the multi-hit often on the first attack. And that's why I kind of maxed out my Shinken Red first, because I'm maxing out my good cards, my OP cards, so they do it faster. So I want them to attack first. I don't focus too much on this one. That just gives you your 5%. But I like these ones that says the -1 chance of getting it done, and they move faster. I've actually seen it, and my pink has been moving pretty quick, but without that. So it's kind of weird and awkward, and I never understood that part. But I do it anyways because I feel like it does give you some momentum. But always use it on your best cards. Alrighty, let's get started in a match and show you how to use super skills and all that good stuff. Probably won't put on music because Shinkenger is banned, so how we start? We start with this right here. Your V Spirit right here is at 44. There have been 44 teams in this game. So we're going to start summoning. So we're summoning Geki Rangers. Aw, yeah. Play a little bit of the Geki Ranger music, you know? How about it? Yeah, buddy. And as you can see, it plays the music and all that good stuff. So I already drew like a strong Shinkenger hand. As you can see, there's the multi-hit. Most of my units I'm using right now are multi-hitters besides Melee. She's a multi-hit super skiller, so I don't use her as much. So I'm going to summon a unit, and you see this circle that's lighting up? That lets you know when you're allowed to change soon. Sometimes you don't even change because you have all your multi-hitters. And when you do, you don't really feel like it. So I'm going to summon pretty much 4 Shinkengers. Even my Hyper Shinken Red. Aw, yeah. I don't even focus too much on the leader abilities. I mean, that's like a separate video. But right now, getting through this type of tutorial is good for anything. So they're trying to debuff me, right? So we're using Shinken Gold. And like I said, they use stuff from the actual show for you guys to enjoy. Boom. Poked them. And that gives you some of that good Shinken goodness. So that heals my debuffs. Now you form a team of 5. Well, the teams that were formed of 3 and there are teams that were formed are 5. There are teams like that, and you build the meter depending on how many Rangers that are out on the field. See, green just multi-hitted. Green just did a multi-hit. We're going to use Shinken Blue to do some damage. Like I said, 2.0. Special animations. The people that see my videos, you already know. See, he gave them weakness. Alrighty, I got Geki Rangers here. So pretty much for the 100-man thing, I'm usually trying to break through, trying to use as many good multi-hit super skills as possible. I try not to use that many like single hitters. Always don't. I try to use as much of these as I can. Geki Yellow Punches. Ora. And then cut. Just like from the Sentai show. Legit, everything from the show. It's awesome and really well done. Except certain skills. I question a lot of the certain skills. So I'm just waiting this out and letting them do their thing. And you got like 2 minutes to kill 100 enemies. But every time you kill 10 or you make team combinations, you rebuild the time. So right here, I'm just going to summon 2 units because I want to use my Maji Pink super skill. It will do a lot. So I summon myself and Maji Red, Legend. So we're going to use Maji Pink Legend. Let's go. And that's what happens when you Super Awaken a card. They get an extra animation. Pretty much, what's up? How's it going? You know, stuff like that. So I got Rio here. Rio in his like demon form. I forgot what they called it in Japan, but I know like the American version was like some beast form. So we're going to use this. Use a super skill. He gives 200. He has 200 debuff, and he gives 300 crit to yourselves. So that's like a really good chain reaction right there. I always grab the units with misses and high chances of doing some good damage. 2.2 is a lot. And a nice pose to build up that meter. We're going to use Melee. Melee! And I got our Phoenix one. It's awesome. Alright, I'm going to use RJ. Like I said, I'm just going through these guys like it's nothing. I'm using my super skills. Like I said, follow my channel, see all these super skills in action. I'm trying to finish this tutorial video as fast as I can right now because we're almost done because I'm showing you all this. I want to show you the victory skill. So you see this over here? You see what I'm pointing at? Don't focus on the ranges right now. You see what I'm pointing at right now? This. That's how you're going to use your victory super skill. Instead of that Maji Red only attacks singly. But the one from the Legend Coin Gacha actually attacks multiply. So it got me torn between the two. It's kind of sad. So I set up my Shinkangers again. This is why I like running a 20 build. It really helps speed up the deck. And you get through most of your things in like 2 seconds. So look, you saw all 3 of those lights went away. Now you do the victory super skill. And that gives you that awesome animation from the show. Bam, 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 bam. Woo! Nice. Fresh and nice. And then they show the Ultra Zord anyway. Sometimes they get the Ultra Zords. Sometimes they get their normal Zords. I get pissed when it's not the Ultra Zords when you know they have Ultra Zords. It's just sad. But I just wanted to show you that. You can watch the rest of that animation on the channel. But that's how you use a victory super skill, guys. We're going to use green. He's going to give 300 debuff, I think. 300. No, he gives the speed. Oh, he gave him debuff speed. Remember, look for that kanji negative sign. See, that's what I was actually trying to look for. And the more, like I said, the more I recycled, the easier it was to get my cards up at the date, get them attacking and killing. And that right there, guys, will conclude the big tutorial on Super Sentai Legend Wars. Welcome to the game, guys. Thanks for watching. Wolf Thunder Ranger / Korak. I'm glad I can help you out. Let me just show you what it does when you do pull one of those cards from the event. You will get extra boxes. Guess let me show that real quick before we conclude. Very important that you see that, I guess. If it loads, there it is. Yeah, the loading's like weird. So you get this, victory, woohoo! Killed 100 enemies. Congratulations. Oh, I pulled a battle disc. Awesome. I pulled the last one. And we already did a battle this video, so we're good. So thanks for watching, guys. Be good, stay safe, and enjoy some Super Sentai Legend Wars, guys. Follow those kanji symbols. Understand what I showed you. Peace out.